97.9 The Box is the Madd Hatta Morning Show. Super director, producer, writer, tap dancer, singer. Okay. Director, producer, Greg Carter in the building.
Yeah.
Has done, man, how many movies are under your belt now, Greg?
I think
20?
What?
About 25 or so.
Yeah, about 20. He gave some of us a chance to be in, I guess it was your first movie officially. You did it all independent. Well, all your stuff has been independent. I know you work with the Hollywood structure now, but back in the days it was totally independent. You were slumming it real hard, but you did it. Yeah, but that's how you got your respect. Fifth Ward was the movie. It it put your name on the map, and it got you out there. That experience got you to where you are right now, still putting out movies, and here you are 25 movies later, bruh.
No, it's amazing. It's a funny journey. I remember we had a young spry man by the name of Madd Hatta.
Let's not talk about that.
He did a cameo in my first movie, Fifth Ward.
Just some of the most terrible acting you could ever see.
What's the role?
I drove a taxi. I didn't know what I was doing. But Greg was gracious. It was really a community movie, though.
Yes.
And he started a whole thing. Everybody started trying to do movies after that. But Greg, he opened up the possibility, because we're a very independent-minded city anyway. We did and still continue to have a huge independent music scene. Right. And then Greg opened people's eyes like, wow, we can make movies too.
Exactly.
And then the city for a while went crazy on making movies. Rec Shop made movie. I mean, everybody started doing the movies. It was incredible.
It was really great time when I first started out, because we still had Hollywood Video. We had Blockbuster. So as a filmmaker, you could make mistakes and still learn and not be so and still know that you had a path to continue to grow.
Right.
Nowadays, you really almost got to hit it on the head the first time. It makes it really tough, because even though we have access to so many different things that we didn't have, let's say 20 years ago, like cameras and access to distribution. Yeah. We just don't have it now. So now that we didn't have it back then. So now the market is just really flooded. So, it's very hard to have a voice because, you have to fight all these other voices. So it's really hard to stand out, to fight for the resources it is to make movies. And but I'm glad that we have a really young and diverse and vibrant film community here of people who are making projects and trying to still get their voice and their vision seen. How
hard has it been for you to deal with the Hollywood structure that's been in place for umpteen years?
Oh, wow. The thing about it is that, Hollywood is always looking to monetize something. Right. How can they monetize it? And that is difficult a lot of times when you talk about independent film, because normally it comes from a place of a story you're trying to tell, and it can be in that way very regional. And so what Hollywood is looking to do is have movies that can gravitate toward a larger audience. And so those two conflicts of project that you might have passion for, that's very regional or maybe even very personal, versus a story that you can tell that can be broad to a larger audience. And that's why I like to try to tell people when they're making films, try to understand, begin with the end in mind, which is because it's great to make movies, and that's really cool, but you're looking for ways to have it go outside of yourself and outside of your safe zone. So you want to be able to engage with people who can help you get it prepared to go out to a larger audience. That means that the writing's good, that the production value is good, but also understanding who are you making this movie for. If you're making it just for your homeboys so we can watch it on a Saturday, pull out the DVD from the closet and watch it, then you're not necessarily, that's cool if you're on the block, or that might be cool if you're from South Park or Fifth Ward or where you're from, but is it something that can reach? And that's what I think you got to try to do, is continue to hone the craft, and also just try to begin with the end in mind.
And do you always think general market when you make a movie at this point?
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to, because nowadays dollars are so hard to come by. So even when I go through a process where I feel like, I know this, what I'm saying, I have to take input from other factors. So we had extensive notes that when we were doing this movie for BET, all my movies kind of take place in Houston. That's my little cinematic universe.
That's cool.
I'm checking it out. That's what I love about you. You keep the home base no matter, even if it was all shot in L.A.
It's all
You got to pay homage to the Houston.
Got to. So what ends up happening is that you get extensive notes, and you got to be able to understand that you don't take it personal. It's just people bringing their input on, and sometimes it's like, okay, that makes no sense. But sometimes, it can help you, and I think that's what you have to do. You have to allow yourself to be pushed and prodded to where you can think outside the box and create something that has a larger audience appeal. What you hope that happens is that you're doing that it doesn't become watered down.
Yeah,
that it doesn't become something that no one finds interesting because everybody finds that it's ordinary.
Got you.
I guess, don't you feel like with Netflix and Amazon, they're giving like the more personal stories a little bit more of a chance to see the light of day a little bit more? Because you see them released in cinemas just to get that little thing, and Netflix the same day.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that are kind of like, the more personal, not the bigger blockbusters. I mean, if you had a personal story, it seems like you do have an option to go.
Yeah. Well, I think, again, part of the blessing of streaming and SVOD and over-the-top type of networks like HBO Go is that it does give filmmakers more of an opportunity to have places where they can go. Again, getting something monetized means just that. You can find money to actually go make it, and so you have more of an opportunity to do that. But I would say that it's just as competitive as it always was. So you have to be prepared when you get those opportunities to knock it out the park. No one, you don't get a gold star for coming in second place. Second place is you never work again. First place, you get to make another one. Someone had asked me one time, well, how do you know when you're a good filmmaker? I said, well, I thought about it for a while. It says, is it when you get good reviews? I said, no, that's not it. Make a bunch of money? No, that's not it. If someone gives you an opportunity to make another movie, you might be pretty good. That's about it.
Greg Carter, film producer, writer, director, in the studio with us. Stefan or Steven.
Stefan 007.
See, he went to Hollywood to turn this stuff in. 4 years ago was Steven. But Stefan Davis 007 in the studio with us. Now, I know that we're working on, you got the new movie about to drop on this Saturday, the 17th on BET. Yep. What are you doing with it? Because I seen your name on it. I'm like, I know that you're an advocate for Greg.
I am an actor.
I get that, but you're an advocate for Greg first.
Yeah.
I know you say actor first, but Greg got a new one, Hatta. All right. Look for it. All right, I'm looking for it, bro.
What's it called again?
Well, hold on, but we getting ready to get all that young player. I'm just trying to get 007 in on the conversation.
He's setting the table right now.
Come on, man. I'm setting it. Just like a Thanksgiving meal. Yeah, I'm setting it up. So what's your attachment to this one?
Okay. Well, first,
in addition to being an advocate for Greg Carter, producer, director extraordinaire.
There you go. First, if you don't mind, I'm going to give a shout out to Westbury Christian School, because I promised them I would. That's where my kids go.
Okay.
And also Rob G.
Okay.
The cooks are listening on the phone.
I understand.
So, hello, how y'all doing? I'm sure they're going crazy. I'm an actor, yes, and I'm also, I help promote. I'm the kind of person that I promote anything that I'm in, or if it's somebody that's I'm working
close.
for.
Yeah.
Close with. Mm-hmm. And here in Houston, we're going to have to learn to lift each other up. You see what I'm saying? Because for the simple fact is, Houston is not known for, the film and stuff like the Atlantas and stuff like that. But when you got a talent like Greg Carter, who started from ground zero, and to see where he is now, man, he don't have to pay me nothing. I'll be glad to do it. It's because he and I grew up together. Mm-hmm. This is something that, you talk about a childhood dream, to see how, we always talked about this as kids, what would it be like? And now to see that it's actually coming to fruition, I'm the, what do you call it, PR man. I do to make sure, like you said, Hatta said, hey, Hatta, I got to,
you're the advocate. I'm an advocate for him. Every homeboy needs a good advocate.
Yeah. So when he blow up, I blow up.
Okay.
And then when I blow up, Hatta blow up. Because I'm not going to never forget.
I'm going to still be local Hatta.
And then when Hatta blow up, when we all when myself and Greg on that stage getting that Oscar, or getting, nominated, I'm going to take Hatta, Jimbo, Coop.
I'm gonna just be at home watching. I'm gonna just be at home watching.
All be rolling.
I ain't tripping. Cooper said, "Speak for yourself."
Coop gonna be there.
Speaking of getting the Oscars, then let me seg that to this right here because Greg has a new movie.
Yeah.
So I don't want y'all to think we just up here to just reminisce about the good old days. No. Greg is up here on business too, so I want to get the business out there. You got a new movie, BET. First of all, how did BET come to you to do this movie for them? Because it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
And it's called?
It's called One Crazy Christmas.
One Crazy Christmas.
Yes. Well, I had been doing little things for them for the last couple of years, and a producer friend of mine, Brett Dismuke, had reached out to me and had asked me did I have anything that was holiday oriented, and I had this screenplay that I wrote that was really kind of a little crazy. My co-writer on it is a young lady by the name of Christy Lavallee, and I was playing with the idea of what if you were if you're a woman or you're a guy and you meet this perfect person, you've been dating them, everything is going great, and then you bring them home to meet your mom or your dad, and you find out your mom had already knew your man, like intimately, or vice versa.
That sounds like One Crazy Christmas.
Yeah. That sounds like One Crazy Christmas.
That sounds like One Crazy Christmas.
Yeah. So we're at a different point, I think, in relationships and how
it can happen,
and it can happen because with social media, but also dating apps and different things, is that you find yourself, and I like to say,
that's a cute idea.
Yeah. You know, and
bring your new one home, and one of your parents could have dated him.
and
what a downer!
It's a downer. But you know, I think the thing is that we have. You know, I like to consider myself a pretty spry fellow. I work out, you know. So
it's possible, is what he said, for him to have a young tender around that. Yeah. I feel you, player.
So if often, you know, when you think about relationships and stuff, you can say that a young lady can find herself dating a guy who may be 20 years older, and I think vice versa. You can find nowadays what they call it a cougar.
Older women can find younger men.
Be dating a guy 20 years younger. So
there's a lot of them out there.
So it is.
He knows it.
So it's more pervasive. It happens.
What's up to Jazz Mama?
Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Greg Carter. Go back to talking about your movie.
And Hatta, I didn't mean to cut it because somebody had just asked me just now. Tell them what my character is in One Crazy Christmas.
So you're in the movie too?
Yes, I'm in the movie, and because I forgot to answer that last part.
Yes, sir.
My role is Troy the Postman. Troy, aka the Postman, from Fifth Ward. Yes, I'm also in One Crazy Christmas because Fifth Ward is also in One Crazy Christmas. So I just wanted to let y'all know that.
Who else is in the movie, by the way?
Okay, well, we have Kiana Dancy's in the movie, Jaylene Mack. I think I mentioned Sean Blakemore, Tammy Townsend, Terry J. Vaughn, Carl Anthony Payne, Anton Peoples, Terry Abney, and then everybody from Houston I can get up in there. We got a couple of talent people, Amelia Jeffries, Sheldon Jolivet, Evangeline Young. Someone told me Madd Hatta's in the movie somewhere.
Why wouldn't you tell us this, Hatta? What's
He's
wrong?
back. Here's what I love about Greg. No, not because Greg called me with he just threw it out there. Hey, Hatta, I need you to do something. I said, throw me the line, Greg. All right, he threw me the line, and I guess I was taking too long to get back. Hey, man, I like this movie. It's coming out soon. And I forgot that when you make movies, I'm thinking that this is a long process. But I'm thinking, I'm forgetting the movie's probably already done. What he's asking me to do is something they can just throw right in one of those parts and keep it moving just like that. Plus technology. So I wouldn't think about it.
But it's the way Hatta said the role.
Stop it.
It's the way he said it.
I'm not really a major part of the movie.
What's the role?
I'm me.
He's me, but everything, I want everybody to check it out.
Yeah.
Listen, we have Greg Carter, who has 25 movies. I don't want us to get off focus here. We have Greg Carter, Houston's own, director, producer extraordinaire. This is another one. First of all, this is a success story of H-Town.
Yeah.
This is a young man who decided one day, I think I'm going to make a movie. And really did it.
Yeah.
And inspired everybody else to say, well, Greg can make a movie. Maybe I can make a movie too. And not only has he continued to do it and still in Hollywood and still able to do this, but he's also still continues to empower other people in the city. And whenever he can throw his, the people of H-Town in his movies, he still does. the guy who leaves but doesn't forget home. So I don't want us to get sidetracked. We're having fun and everything. That's cool. And I appreciate him putting me in there. He put me in the very first one. But the story is really about an incredible producer and director who still keeps it home no matter what he does. So I don't want us to get sidetracked on it. And it's going to be on BET, and it's on this Saturday. So you will see his work immediately. You ain't got to go to the movie theater. You just got to cut your TV on. And there it is on Saturday. Do we have a time?
Yes, 8 p.m. In Central Standard Time.
Central Time.
And I don't now. I know different people listen to different places, so I think it's the same time in every time zone, but I'm not sure how they do that exactly.
Well, it's 6. It comes on 6 Pacific Standard Time.
Okay. So we're probably 8 o'clock. Here it is. Between 7 and 8, make sure you watch BET. Your homeboy out of H-Town done made another one in DJ Khaled voice.
Another one.
And we want you to support him. We want you to check it out. Not only is he producing and putting it all together, but you got so many of your own straight out the city that you will get a chance to see in the movie as well. So you'll be like, hey, that's such and such, and oh, that's such and such over there. And I'm not talking about me. I appreciate him, but I want to be clear. My role is not that big that you need to be watching to see if you're going to see or hear me. It's about Greg Carter and all these incredible actors. I mean, he really got top-notch actors in the movie. And it's about them. It's about the script. It's about what the movie is all about. And I don't want all the fun that we're having here to sidetrack any of that right there. I appreciate you, Greg. I love what you continue to do. I love that you always have a Houston base in all your stories. And here it is, these years later, this guy is still doing this. That's important to me, that he was able to take something that he was doing independently and work himself in a system where they have to respect his work. And they're like, hey, Greg, what you doing? Can you do this for us, please? Pretty please, with sugar on top? I'll do it.
But Hatta, what people don't understand is, too, and just to let them know, just to kind of back off on, add to that, Houston has gained attention from Hollywood now. Now they're starting to actually take Houston serious with the actors because of Greg. Greg has been he's been the trailblazer. Yeah. And not just to say that because, he's my boy and all of that, but I'm being real.
I'll slide you the money after
I'll pay you after the interview. I got you.
Yeah, I got you. But no, seriously, Hollywood has actually taken notice of Houston. And that's why you see a lot of films now starting to pop up and all of that. So, just
to that end, I want to add to that we were very blessed and lucky. So, our TV series Fifth Ward, which is on UMC.TV. I think it's on Comcast.
Yeah, it's on Comcast now. Comcast. On demand. Got
picked up for season 2 and 3.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations, brother.
Yes.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So we will be filming. We'll be filming for about 6 months, starting in May, here in Houston, and we'll be bringing Maya back and bringing a bunch of everybody back. But we will be looking to hire a lot.
I was about to ask you that. Is there a way that they can get in contact with you, is there a number that they can reach out to or somewhere they can go online to get some information about this?
Yeah. Okay, so the easiest way to reach out to me is to go with probably hit me up on Facebook or either on my Twitter.
Is it Greg Carter?
Yeah, Greg Carter. Filmmaker Greg Carter on Facebook. Oh, look, there's Kiana, one of our lovely actresses from the movie.
Kiana. What's up? What's happening?
Yeah, okay. And then also you can find me on Twitter too, which is Greg Carter Nexus. You can find me there too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Kiana, while I got you here,
hey.
Thanks for being here.
Listen, traffic is aggressive in the morning. I was down there trying to be great, but y'all, look, on 10, it don't happen.
I was going to say something about time.
No. It's too easy, Mr. Greg. It's too easy.
You know how it goes.
Look, listen, we're just going to jump right into it.
Come on, let's do it.
Explain your role in the movie and why Greg decided to cast you in whatever part he put you in.
First of all, I think Greg chose me because he knew that I can carry the part. See, let me tell you.
Let me get that off your shoulder. Let me get that off your shoulder.
But let me tell you something. Tiffany is that girl. She's loud. She's attractive. She's overtly inappropriate all the time.
Now, is this something that you really are? Is the why he cast you in this role?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Listen, Tiffany's a little nasty, but she's nice. You know what I mean? And she's always dressed very professionally. She's an attorney, but she cuts up, you know. And that's probably me, real life, to be honest with you. So I think Greg chose me because not only did he think that I would be able to bring life to Tiffany, I think he felt like he can trust me with her. And I think I did my best, right?
Yes, you did. She killed it.
Did I kill it?
She killed it.
When the king is dead.
We don't get a chance to see this till Saturday, so we will reserve our opinions and thoughts till then. We'll come back.
I ain't throwing shade.
No, that ain't shade. That's me getting that off your shoulders.
I'll let y'all know Troy the postman is nosy, so I know everything on everybody.
Going through people's mail. Is that what you're doing down to the mailbox?
Hey, I even sneak the checks out of there.
I ain't mad.
Let me ask you this: what was your favorite part of what you had to do? What was your favorite part as it relates to this movie right
Well,
here?
you know what? Greg did not give me any kind of restraints. He said, do you. He just basically wound me up and let me go. And see, that's trouble. You know what I mean? To the point, he was like, Kiana!
So you let him go off script too?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I one thing I love about casting comedians, I had Cuffs Kiana and then
Billy Sorrell.
Billy Sorrell in the film, is that I think what they can do, whatever I write, they can say something 5 times funnier, 10 times funnier off the
So
cuff.
you just let him go.
And I let him go. And I know that I have the ability to bring it into context in the editorial process. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, go. And she went. And I was like, oh, some of the stuff that was happening, like we'd have to say cut. And then everybody, the whole crew would just bust out laughing. There's a couple of those scenes where Kiana, and there's one scene where Kiana and Billy together, and they were like flirting with each other. It's just crazy.
It makes it to the movie?
Makes it into the movie.
Okay.
It didn't get cut?
It's
Oh, you haven't seen Final Cut?
I have not. I'm
Really?
So when I see it tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
It's gonna be
That's
the first
cool.
time, right?
Oh, that's
right.
cool. That's cool. That's cool.
First time.
Tell everybody, give them one good reason why they need to make sure that they're watching this Saturday on BET.
Well, you know, one good reason you should watch it this Saturday on BET Her is because it's your hometown. We shot it here. It's shot. It was directed by Greg Harder.
I didn't know you shot it here. You didn't say that.
We shot it in Houston.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you did it in LA.
Yes.
It's a holiday movie.
A holiday movie.
Right.
You know, now listen now. You know you want to sit around the TV with a belly full of turkey and just watch this movie. You have Jaylene Mack, you have Billy Sorrells, and then your girl. You know, Houston is my second home.
Yes.
I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, but Houston is home for me. So I'm uber excited to be a part of this cast, and I think you guys should support it because we shot it here. It's H-Town.
It's H-Town.
All right, great. Tell them the name, tell them the time, and we're going to make sure we watch it.
One Crazy Christmas, BET Her, Saturday, November the 11th.
Yes, please say it right.
17.
November 17th.
November 17th.
Okay. This Saturday at 8:30.
All right,
8
make sure.
o'clock. 8 o'clock. I'm sorry.
Let me do that again.
Okay.
Greg.
All right. Let me get okay.
Take 2 and action.
I ain't slept. Okay. So I ain't slept. Okay. Saturday at 8 o'clock. BET Her. One Crazy Christmas. Check it out.
And you know your girl, the Kiana Dancy, is in the building, and she all throughout that movie. So I'm uber excited about that.
She's all throughout the movie. Make sure y'all check.
007.
Come on now.
AKA Troy the postman.
Make sure y'all watch it.